Hey, what's up guys, it's Daz. We are bringing you the third game from the MSL Group E. It's the winner's game between Yellow and by.hero. Yellow having beaten Up Magic in the first game, and by.hero having beaten... who was it that he beat? Much, that's right. He beat Much. This game is on
Much?
Byzantium. I care about Much, man. There's got to be some people out there who love the geezer toss.
He's not even in this
Well,
group.
because, I mean... How could you remember who he was? I mean, he lost in spectacular
he's like,
fashion.
oh wait, he's got overlords. Fucking Protoss gay.
Beast has been doing it pretty successfully for a few years, I'd say.
Oh yeah,
Rush not too bad of a strat.
And the OSL and MSL so far.
Well, hey, just because it didn't work last week. Ask Savior how
last
it worked a couple years ago.
Yeah, I hear you there, dude.
Yeah. Savior probably thinks it's a pretty strong strat.
Yeah, DT Rush versus Zerg. Really strong. So yeah, we got a Z.
Well, you never
and
expected,
Byzantium. Right? No, like just leave your overlords wherever you want, dude. So yeah, dude. For sinking 1-0. So I don't know. I mean, this is really ArnC's been around for a while. He's not like a super old schooler, but he's definitely been around for a lot longer than Hero has. Hero's only played a few games, but it's been looking really promising. Was that Hero in the bottom left and ArnC in the upper left, I believe?
Yeah, I believe so.
Alright, so
looks
like both players sending their overlords right across from each other. So probably not a lot of luck going to be involved in this game whatsoever. You know, we saw last time, I think Savior was a 9 pool, and his opponent did a 12 hatch in his base on this map. So, you know, not too much ZVZ examples to pull from, so I don't really know what I'm going to expect from this game.
Well, I would expect that the overlords are going to get there pretty quickly. Quickly enough to spot whatever the other guy is doing and prepare for it in time, I would say. Unless it's like a 9 pool versus a 12 hatch thing like that game. In that case, it might be a little late. But if you remember that game, what was it? What was his name? Zero. Yeah, Zero was actually able to fend off Savior's 9 pool. So, you know, he spotted it in time, and he got his sunken up in time to defend against it, so it wasn't a problem. We can see ArnC actually is getting a gas really early, so he's probably going to be going for some kind of pool first build. Yeah, he's not canceling that, he's not doing a trick, so he's getting the extractor right away. Next building will probably be a pool, and he's going to be going for speed. Oh, he's actually already mining gas with 3 drones, okay. So he's probably going to be going for a very fast lair with Zergling speed. It looks like... Okay, and it looks like the other Zerg is 12 pooling, which is much more of a safer build, just kind of a... At the point of a 12 pool, for those of you who don't play Zerg or never know, a 12 pool is basically a perfectly safe build. If you 12 pool, your economy is still going to be good, and your opponent cannot rush you. No rush will succeed against a 12 pool, except for maybe a 4 pool. But with a 12 pool, you can easily hold off the other race's rush in any matchup, and you also have a good, strong economy.
Yeah, and Yellow, I think I've seen him do this a lot, and yeah, Hero throwing down the hatchery, and he took that gas, so he's probably going to stick with 2 hatcheries for a while, but I really imagine that ArnC's going to go for lair almost immediately after that pool's finished. And, you know, going for that early gas kind of gives you the gas advantage that you normally have when you 12 hatch, whereas when you get that lair tech and you get your Spire out, you can get a lot of mutas. And see, you know, the lair timing is exactly the same, but ArnC's going to have a gas advantage unless Hero can safely mine from that expansion. But I'm not sure that ArnC spotted the expansion. Wow, so ArnC actually hit a hatchery. Kind of sneaky there, although I mean you can tell just from his build order that Hero has to imagine that he's put down a hatchery by now. I mean, just seeing that ArnC actually hasn't produced any Zerglings. Usually you see a lot more Zergling play, but it looks like both players are real comfortable with going into Mutalisk into the mid game. And I think ArnC, I'm not sure if he anticipated this, but he's going to be really at an advantage here because he got that early gas. You know, I think Hero might expect that ArnC's not going to have enough gas to compete with him, and he's probably might, you know, sacrifice a little bit of economy as long as he secures that 12 hatch at his natural. But really, ArnC's at even terms with him. you know, as the game goes on and once that gas advantage gets worn out, Hero's going to have the advantage once again. But usually ZVZ games don't last that long.
Well, if Hero takes the gas at his natural right now, he's going to be able to catch up pretty soon. But his mutts are going to be slower to come out than Yarnk's right now. Yarnk is up. I think Yarnk's Spire is up a little faster. So he's going to have to claw his way back and hold on to the advantage, not lose too many drones. Actually, the Spire timings are pretty equal, so I would say it's not really looking too good for Yarnk right now. I mean, he's going to be behind one base, basically. He's got 2 hatcheries, their drone counts are similar, but what is it? I can never say his name.
Yeah.
Hero, that's right, Hero. Not too much of a hero, apparently. Hero's already got that natural secured, so basically all he has to do is throw up an extractor on it, and he's going to be mining twice as much gas than Yarnk, which is going to make all the difference in ZVZ. And again, I'm sure that Hero knew that Yarnk had taken another hatchery immediately right off the bat, just from the fact that he saw so many drones mining, and he knows that with that many drones mining, you're going to build up a surplus of 300 minerals. So he knows that 300 minerals is going to get spent. Well, Yarnak actually going down with his Zerglings here, a pathetically small amount of Zerglings compared to how many by.hero had. Surprised that Hero would spend the money and build that many Zerglings and not do any damage with it. I guess he was expecting Yarnak to build more Zerglings. I don't know why he would expect that, considering he was on a lower economy build. I don't really know what he was thinking there. The first should be coming out pretty soon.
You have to keep in mind too that Hero scouted Yarnak and saw that he didn't go for the 12 edge, so he knows that he's gonna have the advantage here, you know, going into the mid game. So he just wants to make sure that he doesn't lose that hatchery. And Yarnak is he's going to have a real small advantage here. You see, Hero hasn't taken his extractor yet, so Yarnak is going to have a small gas advantage here for maybe just a minute or a minute and a half, you know, just the same time that he took his gas ahead of Hero. So, I mean, he's going to have this really small time window. And, you know, knowing Yarnak, knowing that he went for the build, I'm sure he knows about this time window.
Can't lose a drone here.
Exactly what he's going for.
Can't lose that drone.
Yeah, just a single Zergling in there, but I can't imagine that's going to do too much. I mean, it pulled the drone off for a little bit. And looks like Mutas and Scourge here for both players. Usually you see when a player's behind, they start producing more Scourge than Mutalist, or when a battle starts, they start producing more Scourge. And here comes Yarnak. It looks like he's going to start attacking that Overlord, force Hero to move in with his Mutalist. He landed that Scourge, though. That was real nice there. Hero did pick off one of them.
Got a Scourge and an Overlord. Nice snipe.
Yeah, that Overlord was key.
Yarnak thinks he can win the battle straight up, and he took him out. There's that gas advantage right there.
Yeah, I don't think Hero knows. You know, I don't think he even realizes at this point that Yarnak built those extra Mutalists. I mean, he engaged them when clearly he had a small disadvantage there.
Yeah, but I don't think he couldn't possibly have known that Yarnak had taken his first gas so early. So he probably expected them to be relatively even in terms of Mutalist count, but boy was he dead wrong, and he's really paid the price for it. I mean, he fought head up against the larger Mutalist force, and he's just losing more mutants, and there it is, GG. Well, that was a pretty quick game. Pretty easy win for Yarnak right there. Hero not putting up much of a fight. I mean, it just really what cost him is he didn't realize how many mutts Yarnak had in that battle.
Yeah, that's kind of, you know, and that's one thing that I have trouble with in ZVZ too, is that you can't even keep track of the Mutalists. You can never really tell who has the advantage until, you know, the dust clears and you only see one player left in mutts. And you saw, you know, he pulled up to him and he attacked him, and I guess, you know, he thought we were even, and, you know, he probably even thought that he was ahead because they were closer to his base, but, you know, he just lost that. And I guess, you know, you're right. There's really no way to tell that he went for that early gas. And I'm kind of surprised that he hid the hatchery. I mean, he really could have just built it at his natural. There's really no reason, you know, he needed to build it there. He could have built it either closer to Hero's base or at his natural for more gas. I'm kind of surprised that he built it there. But, I mean, he hid it as long as possible, I guess. So I guess, you know, he really was trying to be super sneaky there. But I guess that game's over. So Yarnak moving out of the group, and Hero is going on to the finals match versus the winner between Up Magic and Much. Any final thoughts on the game?
Final thoughts? I still don't understand what he was doing with that hatchery. I mean, if he had just built it at the natural, the Overlord wouldn't have seen that either. I mean, he effectively would have been hiding it there too. Other than that, I kind of expected Hero to put up more of a fight, but he just got caught off guard. He didn't realize that Yarn had taken that gas so early, and he miscalculated. And now, you know, that's how ZVZ it is. It's the tiniest little thing ends the game. That's about all I have to say. So, got the next game. We're gonna move on here.
Yep, peace out.